I'm Kurt Loder with MTV News, and this week's edition of You Hear It First, our first look at a new act we think you may be hearing a lot from very soon. This week, let's make the acquaintance of Tantric, whose debut album arrives in stores on February 13th. If the band looks a little familiar, that may be because it's composed almost entirely of ex-members of former Metallica tour mates Days of the New. After a messy split with Days of the New singer Travis Meeks, the rest of the group returned to its Kentucky hometown to rethink things. Now they're back, tanned, rested, and ready to take another shot at fame and fortune as Tantric. You hear it first.
I know the breakdown. Everything is gonna shake now someday.
The Louisville-based rock band Tantric will release their debut LP next month, but their story is more of a comeback than a coming out. 3 of its members regrouped after being unceremoniously fired from a previous stint with Days of the New.
In that band, we had everything going for us. You know, we were on the road with Metallica. Pretty much we were living out every dream that we could have, that I'd ever dreamed of.
Days of the New were a band of lifelong friends, barely out of their teens when they released their first album in 1997. But just a year later, singer-songwriter Travis Meeks, who had legal control over Days, sacked his band for new backing musicians.
I wanted to find geeks, instead of people who's trying to be rock stars. That's not my gig at all.
But Meeks' first album without his former bandmates was a critical and commercial flop.
No one else is living this way. Yeah.
This person just decided that he didn't need us, and so, we all stuck together.
In true rock star fashion, Tantric found themselves flat broke due to a contractual agreement they're not allowed to talk about.
It seemed like a pretty far stretch of the imagination to think that we'd have the chance to maybe even run across another record deal, much less to be able to come up with all the material that it took to get there.
Undaunted, they returned to Kentucky and started again from scratch, taking up day jobs and recruiting a new singer in friend and former Merge frontman Hugo Ferreira.
We got along really well, and I definitely felt for their previous situation, and, that kind of indirectly helped me want to work harder for them.
Some 40 songs later, they finally caught the ear of Maverick Records, who signed the band to a hefty record deal.
Pretty much the whole album was written about these points in our life, these past couple of years, the struggle. We had some lessons to learn, and unfortunately, we had to learn them the hard way, but it's the only way. At least now we've got a situation on hand that, we've got control of now.
You hear it first. For more on Tantric and other You Hear It First acts, log on to music.excite.com. MTV News. You hear it first.